What is up, my friends? It is Saturday night. The weather is glorious, and I hope life is treating you well. I'm going to give you the latest updates surrounding Liverpool's pursuit of Alexis Mac Allister, Manu Kone, Khephren Thuram, and the battle that Liverpool could have on their hands to sign him, as well as a few other bits and pieces like Chiesa, Alex Scott, and whatever else pops into my head over the next 8 minutes or so. So you know what I'm going to do. Now you know what you got to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Right, look, Alexis Mac Allister, will he be a Liverpool player? Yes. When will he be a Liverpool player? Well, according to Fabrizio Romano, next week, which is grand. I'm easy with that, as long as it's done before he heads off on the international break. Always been happy with that. Now, myself and Fabrizio don't know each other in any way, shape or form, but we've both been saying the same thing with regards to the fee. It is going to be less than the 70 million that has been doing the rounds on social media for the last couple of weeks. Now, Fabrizio seems to have a better grasp on this than I do. No surprise there. I've just been told it was less than the 60. I don't know the actual number. I've seen some numbers ranging from 45 to 55 million on social media. And look, anything under 60 makes me very happy. Whatever the deal at Liverpool and Brighton work out, happy days. He is going to be a Liverpool player. Fabrizio has said that the wages and the contract length have been agreed. His father has flown over to finish off the details as well. I believe he is in the UK as we speak, getting the final details of this deal ironed out. So no stresses on that one. We expect him to wear the number 10 shirt, and he will be a Liverpool player really soon. So no stresses on that one. But we do have some other updates to give you. Now, Neil Jones has been speaking about Liverpool's pursuit of Khephren Thuram and a few other bits and pieces. He said, I would lean towards one or the other with regards to Thuram or Kone. If you were talking about them, I'm not convinced we'll get either of them fully. There's still work to be done. So, on this one, if it is one or the other, and I don't know, these transfers, Kone, Thuram, I've got nothing new for you other than what I'm reading in the media. But if it is one or the other, then my question is, who's the third? So let's say we bring in Khephren. Who do we bring in on top of Khephren Thuram on first name basis, by the way, me and him already, but you know, no surprise there, we're obviously besties. So if we bring in Khephren, and that's how I'm going to describe him from now on, we have to bring in a third midfielder. Who will it be? Will it be somebody to come in and give us more attacking impetus? Will it be a youngster? Honest answer, I don't know. But I also disagree a little bit here with Neil Jones, and that I think Liverpool may be looking to get both of the lads in, but we'll wait and see how this one pans out. Neil Jones has also been speaking about Alex Scott from Bristol, and he said, I could see a world where he comes in as a young player to be moulded to come through, kind of like by Cecic. Again, absolutely no problems with that. If Liverpool want to go to Bristol and sign him, do it, but he can't be one of the three. That's my only caveat. He cannot be one of the three because we need midfielders for the here and now. Now, Jacques Talbot has been speaking about Manu Kone, and I will circle back to Khephren, by the way. I'll get back to Mr. Thuram in a minute. Manu Kone, he said, it's quite evident the player's really trying to get into Liverpool, and that comes from Jacques Talbot. Good. We know the fee. It's about 30 million euro. It's a bargain, right? So what are we waiting for? Honest answer there is, I don't know. I don't know if Neil Jones is right, and it could be one or the other. I don't know if he is further down the priority list for Liverpool, but I do know that at 30 million euro, he looks like a bargain. But for me, if I had to have one, if I'm in Neil Jones' world and I have to have Thuram or I have to have Kone, I'm taking Thuram. I don't know about you guys, but I'm taking Thuram. Probably because I know a little bit more about him, but also that beautiful, glorious injury record of 0 injuries. That appeals to me a lot. Add into that his 6'2" or 6'3" frame, the fact that he comes from a really good footballing family as well, and the fact that it looks like Thuram's family are pushing and his agents are pushing for the Liverpool move, and I'll get into that in a second. But I want to know what you think. Manu Kone, does he excite you? Do you think it is one or the other, or do you think maybe Neil Jones has got this one wrong? It's over to you. Now, before we move on to Khephren Thuram, the battle Liverpool could face for his signature, I want to just give you a quick update from Gazzetta dello Sport, an Italian publication, who say Liverpool and Bayern Munich are interested in signing Federico Chiesa this summer. Chiesa would be available for as little as £34 million as the Italian side look to raise funds. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I've kept up with his career since he came back from that ACL injury. Before, he was a world beater. Italian fans who I've spoken to said that his form has been horrendous since he's come back. But I also don't know if we need another player, another attacking player like that, another wide player. But I also wouldn't say no. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you think there's anything to this? Is it just Juventus maybe trying to generate some interest? Or Will this be one of those players that maybe Kloppo looks at and thinks, okay, he's had a serious injury. Yes, he hasn't been at his best, but ultimately we could get a gem here and we could prove to be very clever in the market once again. Or is this maybe one risk too far? Because look, we've had history of players who have had serious injuries come in and been fine. We've also had the other way around. Players have come in and fallen apart with the rigours of the Premier League. So I want to know, have you watched much of Chiesa since he's come back to Juve after that injury? And at £34 million, would you take him, yes or no? Over to you. Now, I did say we had a battle on our hands for the signature of Khephren Thuram, and that battle comes in the shape of PSG. So, PSG look like they've lost out in the battle for Manuel Ugarte. It looks like he's Chelsea bound. At least that's what the media are reporting. Some sections say it's done. Some say it's not quite there yet, but Chelsea are very strong in their interest. So if PSG lose out there, it's rumoured that they are going to look for Khephren Thuram as an alternative. And what we know is we can't go head to head with PSG for money, but I still think we're a better project. And I don't know if the lure, I guess, of playing for a French club in the Champions League would be enough for Khephren Thuram. I don't know if he's money driven. I really do not know. But what I can tell you is it would be a much better move for his career to come to Liverpool than PSG. I'm absolutely convinced of that one. So let me know your thoughts on this. Are you worried about PSG's interest? Do you think it's a little bit too late? Maybe Liverpool are down the line of negotiations, because according to Football Transfers and Jacques Talbot, he says Liverpool are in advanced talks to sign Khephren Thuram. The advanced talks bit makes me confident, because I'm going to be honest, I haven't got a clue what's going on with Khephren Thuram and Manu Kone. The Alexis Mac Allister one, I've had a bit of information on, just really about the price that I mentioned. But this one, I'm in the dark. I'm just waiting to see what the media say. And I hope that this kid is a Liverpool player. Because the more I've watched, the more clips I've watched, the more I've read up, the more scouting reports I've looked at, I really do think he could be a bargain. So, Khephren Thuram, does he end up at Liverpool? Does he end up at PSG? Over to you guys to let me know your thoughts. Now, one more little bit that I have to add before I finish up is probably a good thing. So, Darwin Nunez has not been included in Marcelo Bielsa's first Uruguay squad. So, that means he's going to get a full pre-season under his belt. It means he's going to get an extended rest as well. Let me know if you think that's a good thing or a bad thing. Personally, I hope it's a good thing. I hope it doesn't knock the kid's confidence, and I hope that when he does come back, we're able to put these injuries behind him, because it's been a very stop-start season for him, between injuries and, of course, the red card that he picked up as well. But I've got no doubts about this kid. I really do think that Darwin is going to be the real deal. Now, look, he may not be a player that's consistently at a 9 out of 10, but I do think he'll score in bunches. I do think if we can manage him correctly, he'll make a big impact in the team next season. And yeah, I don't understand why there's a lot of people calling him a waste of money or calling him, or writing him off, basically. It's way, way, way too early. Just look back at his first year with Benfica, as I've mentioned before. Didn't hit the ground running immediately in his first season, but in his second season, he certainly did. And I can't remember if it's 14 or 15 goals he scored this campaign for Liverpool, but that's not too shabby. I think that's pretty much on par with Suarez. I think it's pretty much on par with Sadio Mane in his first season, so I wouldn't be writing Darwin off just yet. So that is where we're at, my friends. I want to know your thoughts now. Alexis Mac Allister, are you excited? What do you think the fee is going to be? Manu Kone, if it is one of him or Khephren Thuram, which one would you like? Or are you like me and being greedy and want both? And also, if we do just sign one of the two guys, Khephren Thuram or Manu Kone, who's the third choice midfielder going to be? Or who's the third midfielder Liverpool look to bring in? Again, over to you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.